Welcome, chat, to the stream.
Objection!
There's objection sound. Alright, chat. Let me just test something real quick.
Jump scare, dude. God.
Anyway. We are now starting Ace Attorney investigation. We're gonna do the first case. Turnabout visitor. Here we go.
We just-
I have a monitor here. Alright. First case. Hang on, one more thing. I want to see my audio. First case. Hang on, one more. Alright, let's go. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor,
None.
after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough. But a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter what the cost.
Did he get shot? Oh yeah, he did. Wow.
I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been. Always will be.
What it is? Crash straws.
Hey Tim, it's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office, and keeping it clean. Huh. The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? What the? What's the meaning of this? Freeze. Actually, I know who this is. Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. You got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. One. No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrusted into a multitude of cases and some very frantic and busy days.
I'm dying in the office, yeah, that's when you're busy.
I finished photographing the victim's body, sir. Very well. Please continue your investigation. Yes, sir. Ah! Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay, sir? Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene. When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away. This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective at the local precinct. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being. You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt? No, I'm perfectly fine. However... Ah! Look what they did to your office. It's totally trashed. I'll say. The culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office. Whoa! Sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing. This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it. Oh-ho! That's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating. Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So I'll keep any leads or information we find etched into the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office? I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you? No, not really. Especially because of this. The key to your office? What do you mean, sir? If you think about it carefully and use the logic, it should become clear to you. This text is going really slow.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's going by like really slow.
Can I change the speech? I'll just do that. Logic? Okay, that's him. And connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic. So how do you use it? First, I recall the information we gathered with Q, and then I connect them together with T. Q and T, sir? Yes. Now, to use Q and recall the facts. Q. Pew. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks. Which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir! There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? Really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow leads to the conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we? Yes, sir! The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir. I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply use space when I'm next to it. Oh, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just use T. Okay, I almost said R, but I meant T. I'll give you great, precise advice and ace investigator, sir. Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. What have we here? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where? Oh! I know! I was issued the same model, I think. Detective? I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you use the model around the precinct and log, sir. I don't use mine much except in emergencies, that's why I didn't recognize it. So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by the precinct's detectives. Ah, they even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games. I had no idea you were interested in chess. I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try. In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the game to tax my mental acuity much. They finished photographing the body, so it should be right to examine this area. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area. It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir. In other words, he was shot. Yep. And until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that. Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene. Are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir? Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all. Alright, if you say so. I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to press E to open my organizer. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often. Your files are all over the floor, sir. They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room. Well, I watered the flowers every day just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day, every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled. Does he have a life? What do we have here? Hey, I think I've seen one of these before. It's a police badge, detective. Oh, hey! I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink! Let's take a look inside. Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. The revolver, the standard model used by detectives, couldn't have belonged to our recently departed. Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time? Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see. What have we got here? Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. As I always say, you gotta look really carefully at one piece of evidence. You can use arrows to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle. Use Q and E to zoom in and out to get at the nitty gritty. It looks like only one round was fired from this. Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wresting the gun from him. Sounds like the guy knew how to oh my, I can't read. Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. I guess this is about all we're gonna find out. We should send his body to our top. Jim! Why, oh why? How could this have happened to a guy like you? Are you alright? Don't touch me! Leave me alone, just let me be! Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body. The body? The body? Don't talk about him like some... Don't talk about him like she's some lump of flesh. Look at him. Jim was like he just turned her from the night. Sure, just in a bloodstained suit, pal. Where are my manners? Aren't you that prosecutor? Why, yes, I am. I'm Jax Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here is my partner in crime. Busting. I am Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I almost were a buster. Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So, you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office. Yes, that is correct. Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim! Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not! I know how things work around here. Our prosecutor's office doors all have locks put into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door. That is correct. However, I'm not the one who killed him. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Ha ha ha. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means. So it's you then! You're Jim's killer! No way, pal. You got it all wrong. Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it a little too early to be drawing conclusions? Alright. I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal? A pleasure to work with you. You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then. It's your room after all. Thank you, I intend to. I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there! Sir! I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim. I should have probably given him some space. Space. I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa. That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir. Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us have time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end. Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off. Ah! Your jacket, sir! What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to frighten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that made your prosecutor debut in? What if they had shot through it? It would have been a disaster! It's not worth getting worked up over, detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I take it you haven't noticed it yet, detective. There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find a spot that holds the contradiction. This is it. This bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should put my cursor at it and press T with conviction. And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Eureka! Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction. Eureka! What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim. And the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right! However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too. Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Ah, that. It's a secret safe. A secret safe? Oh, I smell money! I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that! Achoo! Achoo! Talk about dusty! I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea it was a safe here, or I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So, when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important information when a trial is in session. That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams.
A little banged up around the keypad.
Yeah. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Now, this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean? Yeah! There's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there! The forensic scientist. Yes, sir! Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. I couldn't find the own lift a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. I believe I have figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was the theft changes what the other piece of information can tell me about this crime. There is a possibility that the files displayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelf files like you've never seen before, even at the library. Sure. Let's give that a try.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? What's that about?
Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder it every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth?
You don't.
Firstly, you don't find the truth, you create one. First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. You got it! Here, let me help! So this file goes here, and that book goes there, and this manga up there, and this hentai book over there.
What?
You sure know a lot about hentai, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done. It appears that there's blood on my hentai. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Ugh, the blood stains on the hentai are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kinda grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know I'm not good with blood, sir.
And yet you became a detective.
Sir, look, just because I'm a detective doesn't mean I like blood. I'm certain that there's something wrong with this picture. Boop. This is where the bullet lodged itself after it went for the victim, huh? Well, for the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a hentai, it indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in a killer's way. Yeah. I put them all back. Just as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing. Although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip from my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for? The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot. There are prints on the floor too. Those must have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. It appears that the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot. Oh! So that's why I see that the victim's pants have blood on it. That would be the logical conclusion. Okay.
You already got the bullet hole, I think.
Yes. Eureka! There is clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. Eureka! What do you mean, sir? Why'd you say it 3 times? You don't see? I can count to 3. Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against his shelf here after being shot. Which suggests that he was standing when he was being Mr. Edgeworth, you're a robot? When he was shot. Then that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir? Gumshoe. You're an idiot. It means you use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position? Oops. I think I'm... Hang on.
I don't guess the books were put in the wrong order.
I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, it was the books. I accidentally pressed enter while trying to skip the text. The victim shot was while he was lying down. Wait, didn't you just say that line every phrase that is illogical, sir? You said the victim against the shelf after being shot. I didn't say that at all. Oh, really? Thanks for thinking of that, sir. Good, I don't think he knows my mistake. There.
Order the files.
I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh?
Yeah, how does it go from BC to 0A?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you see here the files that were shot begin with number 0? What are those doing all the way down here after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. That's because the numbers go 1, 2, 3, 0, of course. Actually, the way they are organized. Yeah, I can count better than you, Detective Gumshoe. I can count to 0. Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. You have an eye in your mind, sir? It's an expression, Gumshoe. But the numbers are all out of order. That is the correct order, Gumshoe. It goes 1, 2, 3, 0, 10, 9, 4, 8.
Oh.
Exactly. Anyway. Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Aha! So that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, Detective. That 0 is before 1. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order, and what we find out. Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. Man, this guy's really heavy. As I suspected, he eats a lot. The bullet hole is now where it should logically be.
He's hitting the Golden Freddy pose.
This pose here reminds me a bit of my favorite game, Golden Freddy FNAF 1.
Actually, Sarah was from FNAF 2.
Well, Gumshoe, yes, but also, have you played FNAF 1, Gumshoe?
Oh, I haven't.
Oh, well, well, duh, he's from FNAF 1, Gumshoe. Come on, give it the facts. Give it the times, Gumshoe. It's all about FNAF 1 these days. The killer went for my fellas first before shooting Mr. Faith. In fact, how about you voice Gumshoe from now on?
Then put the files back in numerical order, I guess.
Exactly. And then proceeded to shoot the victim.
But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look.
You see that gap, right, in the bottom right?
Yeah. This!
What is that? What does it say Gumshoe on there in blood?
I'd say there's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed.
Oh, wait. There's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edwards, sir, help me. Say something, sir.
Ooh, Gumshoe, you just killed someone, didn't you? Ooh. Oh, why'd you do that? Why'd you kill that guy?
I didn't.
Fine, I believe you. It appears that one of my files was stolen.
that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Is this what the killer was really after? Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it! I don't like this one bit. There's something off about this, I didn't read the rest of the text. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going to do?
What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. Even though I never do that in the games. That's Phoenix's job, but ignore that for this game. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique.
Oh, how to do that? Can you explain it to me, sir?
No! Mr. Portsman, if you are ready.
Oh, you don't have time. You can just say no, sir.
That's what I did. I did say no. I yelled it, in fact.
You didn't have to yell it.
Well, your dumb, deaf ears can't understand me otherwise. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you committed theft instead. If that's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in the front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it would be by his final words you will finally be brought to justice. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer. I can hear Jim's voice, and he's calling for his killer's arrest! Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic, and expose it with credible evidence. I know. I think. Because that is... Yeah, I know. Because the files were clearly taken after the letters were being written. So I'm gonna save just in case. That might be a different line that requires the evidence, because sometimes it's a different bit of the testimony. Objection!
Oh, you had an achievement for that.
Yep. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there's a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing a bit of the courtroom to this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me. Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? What? That's impossible! What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing! The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file out to murder your partner, I highly doubt they could have just missed the bloody letters written on the spine of the hand tie. Jesus slowness. Holy frame rate, by the way. It's because on my D drive. It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think it's pretty obvious that the hentai was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective name where the file should be is proof.
Yeah, I mean, the S is gone and there's only half an H.
If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood.
Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message?
And it makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering at the crime scene.
That's so low. I can't believe this criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. Seriously, I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time.
Well, Mr. Portsman? Brilliant! Absolutely splendid! Logic deserving Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. You win some and you lose some. That's how life goes.
Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive.
But you know, it really is a shame. I recall I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however.
Typical gun. What is this time? Are you still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
That would be me. Fuck. Mr. Edwards just proved that I'm innocent, pal. Do it one more time.
That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? Stop stuttering, man.
One more time?
Well, I was thinking I wouldn't do that one more time just to make you upset. Did you know there is one other person with the key to this office? One other person? Hey, you there! Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? A lady. The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness.
Security? You say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't.
What's wrong with him now, all of a sudden? I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security. Detective Gumshoe, sir?
Maggie? I think this one.
Miss Bird is the security guard on watch tonight. I see. And your point is? My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building.
What?
If you are not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room!
That's right. I refuse to believe that that's Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right. I did it.
You did it! You did it, Gumshoe!
You an innocent Gumshoe, you fucking moron. God.
Can we take this as a confession, Detective?
Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with that, right?
Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only other one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, Then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. So you're saying she used the master key? Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes in reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. Oh boy.
Hold it!
Hold it! Are you sure that Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird?
That's true. But I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir!
Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
What do you mean, unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal.
But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Get music? Should I hear Miss Bird out? Yes. Not so fast. I too am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Didn't I just say be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please.
I discovered the master key was missing at around 1 AM, sir.
What do you mean by missing?
As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of evidence. Don't you? I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words.
I'm not lying, sir.
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now.
I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir.
Ha! A likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again.
I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it.
Yeah, pal. Trust me, you don't want to test how bad our luck is.
Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth.
But you still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went for the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Only prosecutors know about the safe, so yeah. Holy slur. Next stream on this game, I'm gonna move this game to my C drive. Anyway.
Objection!
Objection! Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole fever conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. The existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. Ah! I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of our cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted.
Yeah. Even I didn't know that safe was safe. What the fuck? You know, I didn't know about
Gotcha.
that safe, pal.
Gotcha.
What? And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either.
Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more likely and more probable. And what's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Curses! Why? What made you?
What's with the angry face all of a sudden?
It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safe. What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes.
That means...
Yeah, I know. I only just told him to. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke into your room is probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief. And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you, Miss Maggie Bird? Excuse me? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky position.
But they're still accusing Maggie of the murder?
Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who was probably drawing his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it?
No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir.
Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office.
Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Ah! Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us, unless you're cheated from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything to make sense. Has he no honor? Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out?
Can't kick it out. This is Mr. Edwards' office.
But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show.
Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit.
Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself.
But sir...
We have no choice but to accommodate his request. For now. Aha! Thank you, Mr. Ezra. At least one of you understands. Game. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Wartsman. We will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me here. To be continued right now, because we're doing a case until it's done. What was that?
What is the prosecutor? Can't believe how rude he was. It was unbelievable.
Please maintain your professionalism, detective.
Is gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocent. You'll see, sir.
But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir.
So then what now?
Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch.
Don't despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well.
There are many other places and things we should be looking to anyway. Give me a second, chat.
Really, sir?
For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door. Yeah. No. 1202.
Ooh.
These 4 numbers on the number plate alone proclaim this to be my office.
Whoops. Hey, those number plates slid right out, sir.
They have to be able to what? They have to be able to take the plate off when a room becomes vacant, you know. Although, the idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of,
It's almost like you should remove it.
yeah. I don't see any signs of forced entry.
According to the guard, no sign that the lock was picked either, sir.
Meaning that the door really was opened with the master key. Did you happen to ask if any prints were listed from the doorknob?
Apparently, the doorknob's clean as a whistle. White, they think.
Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. Can I move down? I cannot. Okay, so that's that door. What is a basketball doing here?
There's a basketball hoop there. That's to
yes, you're
support
right.
his prized position, sir. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis.
And not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in the hallway. Pain. It looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly, post-haste. Sounds like a messy case you got on your hands. If you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door is always open. How gracious. I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again?
It's the guy with that really awful hairline.
Yes, Gumshoe. Get out yourself. He's right there. What is the basketball hoop doing here?
Oh shit. Hey, didn't this used to be just outside the next to the building a long time ago?
So when and why was it moved indoors?
Remember exactly, but I saw one of the officers drag it up here recently.
Drag it!
I heard that it wouldn't fit in the elevator, so the poor guy had to bring it up here himself.
All the way up to the 12th floor?
Precisely.
All the way up to the 12th floor? This office.
1203, 1203. Hey, Maggie, whose room is this again?
It's Mr. Portsman, sir. So he's my new neighbor, I see. I suppose he moved in while I was away overseas? Yes. Okay. Yep. Notice
what is that?
anything? It's...
Isn't this the missing Zero series file, sir?
Yes, you really had to think about that one, didn't you, Gumshoe? No doubt
Yes.
about it. The bloody letters mark it as clear as day. There seems to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind.
So what are these Zero files about, sir? I guess they've got something worth stealing in them, huh?
Not particularly, it's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine.
Oh.
They belong to the High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my reasons, but let's just say I was charged with keeping them as they were.
And that means the thief must have also wanted the files for a specific reason, right?
It would seem so. Only the pages related to the case from 10 years ago are missing.
I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case.
Any Oh yeah. A well-crafted, high-quality sofa for visitors. The stitching is excellent.
How about a luxury waiting area? These babies are also great for napping, you know?
You would sleep even out here, Detective? In a hallway?
Yes. Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand.
How depressing.
It always ends up the same way. You getting trounced by a lawyer? Isn't that awful?
Maybe I should give it a try sometime. To envision myself winning, naturally. Oh, Edgeworth. Is everything alright? Yes, sir! If you must know, I am this morning. What did you say? Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway in this room. Oh, everything's okay, sir. A word of advice, stay focused, or you may start to lose even more weight. I'm done here, I guess. Oh, the door itself. A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood. It's sturdily made, making it near impossible to break in by force.
It's almost majestic, sir. I wish I could be as stately as this door.
Only Gumshoe would praise a door as something greater than himself. Being a detective has its own rewards and certain virtuous value, I think. If you live up to your full potential, that's a poignant trait that anyone can admire.
I see. So you're saying, sir, that me being me is the best thing I can do for everyone?
Sure.
That long pause wasn't exactly reassuring, sir.
Shut up. Am I not
Yeah, you did.
I know, but like, I have nowhere else to go right now. Unless I can talk to Maggie. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case. I've always wanted to be a big fan of the courtroom, but this? This is like a dream! A dream where I'm being cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth! I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her with tea. So, when did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. And I noticed it was back around 2:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window was. But I'm sure that between those two times it was not just gone, but stolen, sir! Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? It's not like that, sir. We always get the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say? Except for this time, correct? Well, I admit I was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out on the ledge. She used the master key? What do you mean by you used the master key? Oh, I had to use it to open this door for the prosecutor who had forgotten his key. Uh-huh. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right?
Maggie, I swear to God.
What is it? That's right! I just remembered! Prosecutor The prosecutor forgot his key. It was Mr. Portsman, sir. What? Please tell me more, Miss Bird. Quickly. It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so we came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him? No way! It's against regulations to loan the master key to anyone. I walked him to Mr. Portsman's office and opened the door for him personally, sir. I see.
Then what happened after that?
Well, he called for me to come close up his office I can't say anything, sir. Well, he called for me to come close up his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think. So, in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight.
Talk about suspicious.
I doubt you can say that you never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portsman's door. There we go. I won't rest until I inspect every suspicious looking cranny. Room 1203. I take it that this is Mr. Portsman's office? Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portsman actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you're already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir. So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's because something like his birthday is December 2nd?
Yep, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why.
I can think of at least 3. Bah, why am I even wasting time thinking about this? That's you.
Oh shit. It's Mr. Portsman's personal basketball hoop.
I can't believe he put something like this in the hallway of a prosecutor's office.
Maybe you like balling, but you know, it's actually pretty useful, sir.
I'm actually quite good at bowling myself.
I haven't gotten lost trying to get to your office since it's been here.
How long have I had the same office and you still managed to get lost? The door is locked tight.
This the old credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
This is the office of a high prosecutor, Detective. These doors will be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them.
Uh-huh. I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. Must mean who our culprit is.
Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from?
Down at the corner store.
You got it from a corner store, Detective?
Yeah.
What was it called?
This is actually called the corner.
The corner.
Yes.
Well, it must be quite similar to the alleyway store. The alleyway. Called alleyway.
Yes.
A minimalist yet classy door made of top quality wood.
It's kind of majestic too. Fits in really well with the ambience of the prosecutor's office. Yeah, Mr. Portsman seems dignified just because he works behind one of them.
Nonsense. A man does become more or less dignified because of where he works.
Oh, he seems more dignified than Mr. Payne.
Mr. Payne? I suppose custodial work can also be dignified.
It's kind of
Give me a second. Miss Bird, I'm afraid there's a flaw in your story. What? No way, pal. I mean, sir. You said that you locked up Mr. Portsman's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been used and stolen at that time. Wow. Nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I totally forgot all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around that very time that I realized the master key was missing. And? Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So, I pretended to lock up his room, sir. You pretended? Yeah. I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir. So in actuality, you never did relock the door, then? Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked properly.
You know what that means.
Yep. Eureka! Wait, it might have been the door. I think the door is on my bracket, yeah.
Yeah.
Eureka! There's a contradiction here between reality and the evidence. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked tight?
Huh? No, you're right.
Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I am certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that I hadn't.
Which means what, sir?
It either means that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different one.
She opened a different door? But I can improve that.
There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is examine the prints on the number plate. Actually, I think it might be the doorknob. Everything? Really? Like what, sir? Oh, like, well, for example, and such as, well, we know for sure that Detective Gum's juice doodle will only consist of instant noodles.
Wow, that was amazing, sir. How did you know?
Was that supposed to be a joke to cheer me up, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, that's it. Now then, we should get back to what we need to do, and that is examine the prints on the doorknob. Prints on the doorknob will tell us everything!
Hey, you. Yes, you, pal. Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay? So, what did you find out?
There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, Detective. Sir, I have found only Mr. Portsman and Mr. Fate's prints on this doorknob. So, only two people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive.
Huh? I'm lost, sir.
Thinking logically, a certain other person's prints should be on this knob as well. Maggie Bird.
Take that!
Take that! Don't you find it odd that the prints of this person who unlocked this door are absent?
You mean...
Yes. The door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one. What have we here? A note. What is this?
Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sir. Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it. Let's see. Let me put on my...
It looks like a note from the victim.
Yeah, and it's from Mr. Portsman.
And this has been moved.
What's this?
What are you looking at, sir? Oh, hey, how about a game?
That's okay, Detective. I just found the position of the hoop to be a little off.
Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shifted when someone made a seriously slam dunk.
No, Gumshoe. The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I'd better take note of this. Poking around in this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely.
Huh? How so, sir?
In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case. You know who who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth! As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What? Mr. Portsman?
I knew it. That's exactly what my logic senses were telling me to. I suspected it was him from the instant he occurred. Accused Maggie of being this killer, sir.
Occurred. That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock out on Truth's door.
That's your door, sir.
Yeah, I go by many names, including Mr. Truth. Mr. Portsman, I've finished processing the... Alright, let me take a gander at it. Pass it here. Oh yeah, I caught it. Nice catch. Okay, looking good. You there, taking care of this. Still caught it. Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe.
End of the line for you, Portsman. We've got you now.
Call off your dog, Mr. Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke? It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jax Portsman, that you are the guilty party in this case. Ugh. You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way. You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? I can see right through the unsightly paper thin mask you wear upon your cowl. Who'd ever thought it would come to this? Actually, come to think of it, your mentor is Manfred von Kammerer, right? The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years. But there's always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. It really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations, you know. Are you done trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for is explaining yourself. Although that too will only dig your hole deeper. Either way, your game is up. Well, aren't we full of ourselves, even though you have yet to prove anything? I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how may I ask, do you propose I unlock your door and got in here? Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Sorry, but we're not finished yet. Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something? I'll show you what I'm basing my accusation on, with evidence! Immediately, it is right there. Is that? Try to the door? Or key?
I would say you could just say pick one, then if it's wrong, then go to the other.
Yeah.
Objection!
Still music playing. Got it wrong. It would behoove you to take a good look at this. Oh, I see it, but I feel as he has anything to do with my...
Is that so?
You're not at the top of your game today, are you, Mr. Genius Prosecutor?
Only by doing so I can find the fatal flaw in his reasoning.
The key, then.
Objection!
Objection!
Oh, there it is. There's the music change.
I believe you were able to open my office door with the master key, no less.
Objection!
Wait. Hold on for a sec. I never laid a finger in that key, as you already know. Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well, maybe you did, but only to direct. That's right. You use your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key. Maggie Bird.
Take that!
Take that! You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes? Yeah! I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know. But the room you had Miss Bird open at the time was not your own, was it?
What?
You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we?
I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir.
See, Miss Bird backs up my story. Yet, what if you had misled her to fool her into thinking what you wanted? Ha! And how do you suppose I did that? By switching the number plates on our doors, for example.
That's right. They do slide out pretty easily.
Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give it a very strong impression. That the door she was opening was yours and not, in fact, mine. The basketball.
Take that!
Take that!
What? The basketball hoop, sir?
Yes. It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in the building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to sit just outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor.
That's very true, sir. Because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portsman's, sir.
There are signs that the hoop had been moved. To sit in front of my office, to be sure. I see. So that's how you're forced to suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is a little off the racetrack. Now you're just spouting nonsense. I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he? I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket. And Miss Bird is as dirty and guilty as the jacket she wears.
My jacket's not dirty, I'll have you know. I just washed it yesterday.
Please calm down, for I intend to show who's the one truly covered in slime here. That's what my hentai book's named after. The slime hentai. Don't I? Yeah. What does it say? Objection!
Objection!
That was a lie. What are you talking about? How is that a lie? This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsman. A note? It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, "But you're out." You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing? Oh! Shall I explain it in full detail for you? You were busy snooping around in my room, the very room you had Miss Bird open for you.
Objection!
That's just nonsense! You have no evidence that I made the girl open your door for me. Oh, but I do. I have very decisive evidence. No way! This is proof positive that you Miss Bird opened the door for you. There you go.
Take that!
Take that! I had your door dusted for prints. My door? What for? Come on, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting your time. You're right. I didn't find anything, and definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints. Her prints? What do they have to do with anything? Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door, then her print should naturally be on the doorknob she touched. Ah! Further, all of the prints on my office door's knob have been wiped clean off. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it. Don't you think it's time you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me, and Detective Faith found you out. Possibly because he had search coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Faith to silence him. And I had the misfortune to return when I did. You had to threaten me as you escaped. As I said, when you had the gun as I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets to worry with committing murder in my office.
And just what's so funny, pal?
Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office fine prosecutor, as he makes a huge mistake in accusing me, is simply too much to bear. There's just nothing else like it in the world. What? Mr. Edwards just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery and just admit to the crime already. And as I said earlier, it's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for prints? Well, I can readily confess that I wiped that knob down as well. I'm a little obsessive compulsive, you see. I don't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched, which is why I can't speak, which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim's and my own prints would be on there.
You made that up just now, didn't you?
Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was? For all we know, he could have left it there before I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example. Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway? Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied by work-related matters, although that's no excuse. Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size. But you can't prove that, can you? Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here, sir. Nah. Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it. Besides, I have an airtight alibi. Airtight, you say? I only just realized I had one as we were talking. I guess it would be better for all of us if I just told you sooner. If memory serves, you came back to this office at around 2 a.m., correct? And it was then that you had the unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit. But at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi. Do you really think it's that perfect? Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself. Detective Gumshoe.
Sir, yes, sir. I'll go check out all his alibi. Be right back. Mr. Edwards, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's like Mr. Pottsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs, they said they saw him Jesus. They saw him around at 2 a.m.
Talk slowly, Gumshoe. You see, all of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Alright, I think I have to press everything.
Hold it!
Hold it! You are correct. It was around 2 a.m. Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're sure. I remember checking my watch then, and make no mistake, it was 2. Ooh! Giving testimony like a pro! Okay, so you came back to your office at 2.
Hold it!
Hold it! It is as you say. However, yes, however, you're the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. What was that beatboxing just now? So tell me, did you see that person's face? Was it me who you saw? It was pitch black, so I couldn't actually see.
Objection!
Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, won't you? Oh well, it doesn't matter if you remember or not. It only matters that you ran into the culprit.
Hold it!
Hold it! So you paid the criminal affairs department a visit. Yep, right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct.
Hold it!
Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony. And it was just as I said, right? Yes, sir. A number of detectives said they saw you at around that time. See, I had the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had on my sleeve. Ugh. Impossible. He actually does have the perfect alibi. What's wrong? Why the sudden sullen look on your face? Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we've reached the end of the line, and it's time to get off this crazy train. You there! Hello, Even Wolf. Sir! Please escort the young lady out, but remember, be gentle. Maggie! Detective Gumshoe! Is there nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If only I had a clue. Did I miss something that can help me cast doubt on his alibi? I need to calmly think this through one more time, and with logic. There are 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life, and one that nearly robbed me of my jacket. However, the murder weapon only shows sign of being fired once, meaning that it's entirely possible that a second gun was used in my office tonight. But seeing as how the killer had to steal Mr. Faith's gun, I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were upended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder. So it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that was the work of 2 different people. Once by the person who sold this. Holy crap! Once by the person who sold the victim's gun and then killed him with it, and once again after the murder by a second culprit, who was the owner of the second gun. If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back.
Objection!
Mr. Portsman, it seems that I need to amend my assumptions regarding the case. Great! So you finally come to your senses!
Mr. Edgeworth!
Sir, what are you saying? This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case. What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief. A thief? But sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction in the facts? Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, 2 culprits stole into my office tonight. What do you mean 2? It explains both why my shells would have served twice and how it was 2 guns. Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Burden and gained entry to my office. Now you're just leading the argument. You still don't have any actual proof, you know. If you could please go along my hypothetical scenario for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry about. Now then, return to my scenario. Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me. So why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves, this is the first time. So then, this will be when the files are put back in the wrong order, right? Correct. And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Faith. But why did Mr. Faith come to your office, sir? He probably had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office, would be my guess.
Oh, because he was supposed to be away, right?
And he must have thought it was odd, so he came to the office to check it out. Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman, Mr. Fay probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole Mr. Faith's gun from him, and then he killed him. He silenced Mr. Faith for catching him in the act of stealing. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind. You're such a complicated troublemaker. You know that? Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where things get complicated. There was another visitor, sir? Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then, even after Mr. Portsman left, the door to my office remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had no way of knowing that, and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my office and searched for my shelves. This was the second time they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize. The stolen zero file, right, sir? Correct. Only just as the thief was about to leave with the file, I appeared. The thief then threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter. So the shell's getting messed up twice, and the 2 bullets. It was all because two different people doing those things at 2 different times. Precisely. So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not in fact Mr. Faith's killer. Your alibi from the time frame in which I ran into the thief of a person is now irrelevant. Because we now know that the murder took place during the first culprit's visit. What's so funny, pal? Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything. Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth, after all. But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory is right, it would indeed render my alibi, which withstood scrutiny. Holy crap! Which has withstood scrutiny, mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one dividing point of your argument for which you have no evidence. Your supposition that I was the first visitor. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir. But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point. Don't say that, sir. I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. I'll do something if I must. You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. That thief you ran into should be your real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for the thief right now. They might still be nearby. I had to repeat myself, but as I've already said, I was training in my room. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at Criminal Affairs. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left. So you think we should be out there looking for the thief? Of course! Now isn't the time to be having these dead-end discussions. I don't think it's at all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue where we left off, shall we? Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby. Well, you never know. Maybe they didn't get what they're really after. Oh, you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief. It's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything after all. Why didn't you go to Mr. Faith? That's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nap. You know those sofas in the hallway? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. And what of the evidence he brought? They were things related to yesterday's case. Just 2 items, a gun and a pendant. Interesting. Only 2 pieces? I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail. Excuse me? You fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Watchman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. What are you talking about? I haven't hidden anything from you. Well, here's a piece I think you should read. Carefully. It says that Mr. Faye was bringing 3 pieces. Yes. And this is the victim's real dying message to you, Mr. Watchman. I can't believe he controlled by a simple arithmetic. Where is the missing piece of evidence? You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe.
You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat the guy down from head to toe.
Well, don't come any closer. I'm warning you.
It's all part of the investigation, pals. Don't even think about stopping me.
No!
Hey, what's this? He had his on him, sir.
Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide.
But why would he hide something like that?
There's only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would unequivocally point to that person being the person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape in a little more detail. For the section of the tape that will drive the last nail into his coffin. Okay. Boom. Ah, that's blood, isn't it? Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh.
You mean this might be Detective Faith's blood?
No, you got it all wrong. No amount of denial can save you.
We have but to run a blood test to find the truth.
No. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video.
Yeah, it's totally suspicious. Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Faith have his videotape on him when you killed him?
You know very well there's no way to prove that. Not even if you were to examine his tape for fingerprints. Gah! If I had to take a guess,
I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you and Mr. Faith.
no, impossible.
Mr. Boardsman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Detective Buddy Faith, sir.
Very good.
And the results we got back from the lab test on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back and it was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. And as a bonus, they were able to lift a few of Mr. Faith's fingerprints as well.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction shows outside the courtroom. I'm impressed beyond words, sir.
It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies.
Oh, it was nothing, really. Compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky there was only a burglary and not a murder this time, sir. If it had been a hold-up or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune. Just
Holy crap, I can't speak.
just an unlucky person.
You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor.
And why would you say he was corrupt?
Well, I heard there was another suspicion thing related to court cases. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he used is forged, sir. And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some really vague reasons.
Ooh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession.
We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Yeah, whenever we got near the topic, he just clammed up.
Although we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something.
Just between you and me, sir, but there's rumor that some huge organization is involved behind the scenes.
Oh?
Well.
Oh my god. With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly leads credence to that rumor. I'm gonna stop speaking, I'm stuttering a lot.
Take that!
Even you should know what this is, Detective. Oh, it's about that thing, isn't it? That great thief everyone's talking about. Yes, it is the mark of the great thief, Yadagarasu. Under the mark of legendary bird, the Yadagarasu is noble to the end, a modern Robin Hood. I can't read this right now, my voice is dying. The end. Well, guys, that is all I'm gonna do for this stream. So,